Hi, I'm Dave Casey, founder of the Innovation Leaders Club. In this video, we'll be looking at how to filter a pool of ideas. And in the previous video, we'll look how important it was to generate a lot of ideas. Ultimately, some would say that the innovation will not be better than the idea that it's coming from. So ultimately, more ideas, and also there's steps that you're combining those ideas ultimately to build a concept. And this is really key in order to be more successful through innovation. There are some studies that are saying it requires at least 60 ideas to get a good innovation on the market and being successful. And there are even some members that were capturing and measuring ideas, and they realized that it takes more than 100. So quantity is important to increase innovation performance. But the challenge when we increase quantity is how you filter those quantities. So let's have a look in this video how you can do it.
This video from the Innovation Leaders Club will explore how to properly filter a large quantity of innovative ideas. You need to use the power of numbers. Getting a lot of ideas is good, but it's better when they're filtered and prioritized. Learning how to manage a large idea pool will help identify the most promising options and will save time and resources by eliminating less viable ideas. We have developed a 60-page visual guidebook on how to develop an innovation strategy. It is a fully illustrated step-by-step guide to building the foundation of an innovation system. Click the link in the description below to download it for free. According to Peter Cohen, an associate professor of Stevens Institute, a researcher and also known as the father of the front end of innovation methodology, the key issue is not picking the winners, but killing the losers early. The point here is to not waste time with bad ideas. Since the goal of the creative process is to generate as many ideas as possible, you might wonder how to filter a large number of ideas in a timely manner. The worst thing you could do after brainstorming is to leave the activity without having sorted out the ideas. If this happens during your creative session, you would have generated a huge problem instead of generating solutions. Therefore, it is usually best to use the same group that generated the ideas to trim them and collect the best ones.
Next, we'll look how it is important to generate kind of wild and crazy ideas, ultimately to look outside the box. And there's all kind of trick, and I'm going to give you mine. When I facilitate creativity session, I often use this box. This is called the magic box. And for those that are Harry Potter's fan, it really comes from King Cross Station that I brought on the main date when I was in London with some club members. And if you look at the this magic wand, so what I do is I give this to some club members or people that I work with. And I say, okay, if you would have that wand, what would you do with it? And ultimately, what they come with, it's all kind of those crazy ideas because magic can do things that they cannot do normally. There's other ways you could do, and some people would say use the magic wand trick as well without having the wand itself. So they say, okay, if you would have that wand, what would you do with it? So, but there's other ways that you could do. You could look at other crazy ideas from external, and then it gives you kind of the right of being crazy and wild and also thinking outside the box. Ultimately, you will not use those ideas to build your ultimate concept, but what it would do, it will probably enrich some of the things which is more realistic and is going to push it towards a higher innovative level. So generating crazy and wild ideas is not about necessarily to implement them, but it's to give ourselves the right to think outside the box and ultimately to raise the innovation level of more realistic innovation. So let's have a look.
To filter a significant number of ideas, use successive filters. The first filters must be fast and efficient. The judgment here is based on sometimes imperfect information, such as business intuition of a group. If you use Post-its on a wall, you could allocate stickers or points to the people in the room so that they will need to spend the points on a certain number of ideas, thus forcing a choice out of everyone. As the process goes on, the filters will be more precise. Then the judgment will be based on refined and rational data such as criteria. Like most innovators, your objective is likely to increase the number of good ideas when holding a creative session. All the ideas can be placed on a normal curve. On the bottom end of the curve are the low potential ideas, while the top end features the ideas with the highest potential. So how would you increase the number of good ideas? First, you could simply increase the quantity of ideas. Statistically, having a greater number of ideas will provide more good ideas with higher potential. It may be obvious to only submit good ideas, but it is easier said than done. It's like asking a baseball player only to hit home runs. It is recognized that bad ideas often trigger good ones. Some club members use this technique at the beginning of a creativity session by asking the group to generate impossible ideas. Then they use the less unrealistic ones to stimulate the participants' minds. Here is some practical advice. Do not hesitate to promote wild and crazy ideas. They inspire people to think of unusual solutions. They add a bit of fun to workshops and raise spirits. Here are some examples of wild and crazy ideas. For instance, a pair of chopsticks with a built-in fan. Eating noodles has never been as innovative. How about a clear bread toaster? You could prepare your morning toast like never before. Or butter in a stick will save you from having to wash your utensils. By generating ideas on the margins, you will come up with both really good ideas and really bad ideas. However, it should help to increase the overall number of good ideas. Should you allow the creative process to kill ideas? The answer is yes. For the process to be effective, some ideas will inevitably be killed during the idea screening and selection of activities. It is the price to pay to generate more ideas and be more creative. Some members have placed their killed ideas, or rather unselected ideas, in a separate space to revisit at a later time. The truth is, innovators neither have the time nor the need to come back to those ideas. The purpose of parking ideas mainly involves the positive psychological effect it has on the people who generated the ideas.
I hope you liked this video. As I mentioned in the introduction, if you browse through our video list, there's all kinds of videos targeting to how to generate more ideas, how to move from ideas to develop concept, and ultimately, how can we build better project proposal in order to increase the innovation level, but also to increase the potential to generate more value to innovation. So generating a lot of ideas and also having the capability to select through those ideas is key in order to get that full value of innovation. So let's have a look to the other videos whenever you have a minute.
If you haven't already done so, you can get your hands on our popular 60-page visual guidebook for free. Click the link in the description below. Don't hesitate to watch the next video to learn even more about innovation management practices.